This is Matt for Into Boxing. Delighted to be joined by the WBA intercontinental champion, Jack Bateson. Jack, look, last time we've had a few chats. You're on the show as well, but tonight you're headlining. Stole the show. Great boxing performance against Ruiz, who came to fight tonight. He was a tough customer, wasn't he?
He did, mate, and you know what? I knew he would. There was so much pressure on me tonight. My hometown of Leeds, on my old man's show, a Probellum co-promotion sort of show, and I've just signed with Probellum 3 days ago. I was thinking, bloody hell, a lot of pressure on me to do business tonight, but pressure makes diamonds, and brought it, man.
Pressure does make diamonds, but it's been a bit of a whirlwind, hasn't it, the past few days? Yeah. You mentioned you signed with Probellum. What made you come to that decision? Because obviously you've got the Leeds, you've got big support. Why Probellum?
My management, Tom Stalker, we had the discussion. Probellum spoke to Tom and they said we've got big plans of building Jack up in Leeds and whatnot. Everything they've said to me, I like what I hear, and not many promotional companies will speak to you like that and tell you what the plans are and whatnot, and they have done. And listen, they've confirmed this title for me. I've had to do the business, which I've done, and man, it's a beauty, man. I'm a happy man.
You've got a young family as well. I know you've got kids at home and stuff like that. What does it mean to you to be able to bring that home and show your kids? Because they know this is something that never, no matter if you stop today, can never take it away from you. You've been in Leeds, you main evented on your dad's show as well. How sort of personal is it for you tonight, no matter what happens?
It means everything, man. I mean, my dad, I owe everything to him. But for the last, my little girl Sienna, got her on my shorts.
Wow.
She's 7 months old now. My partner for the whole year since we've had her, she's practically done everything by herself because I've dedicated my life to boxing, and I'm so thankful to her. But she knows it's worth it, and the last 7 months we had Sienna 4 days after my English title win, and a couple of fights later I've got this now, and the good times are coming, and I work so hard, and she sacrificed everything as well as me, does Greta, and good time to come in.
Is this sort of like when you get these a bit of a relief that you've put all that hard work and you've been grafting your ass off, and you can go back and look and go, you know what, we did have that time away from the kids and the family, but look, it was worth it, and then that propels you, because obviously you do this obviously for yourself, for personal ambition, but ultimately it puts food on the table for you, your family, and obviously hope to give you a comfortable life. For
sure, man. I'm so lucky to have loyal sponsors that support me and allow me to do what I do full time. But like you say, my dad was reminding me every month, do this for Sienna, do this for your family, you know what I mean? I've got a little girl at home, I've got a partner. I've sacrificed everything since I was a young boy. Like I say, my dad has sacrificed everything for me. And it's all, like, listen, if it all ended tomorrow for some tragic reason, I've got something to show for it, but I'm not finished. I want the big ones, man.
You're talking about wanting the big ones. Obviously, this puts you in a very good position in terms of rankings and everything. There's some big fights out there for you now. I think Stephen Fulton in your weight division, I think, is a world champion. Yeah. Extremely good fighter. But what's next? Let's not beat around the bush. You mentioned they have a plan for you. I'm sure you like the plan. That's why you're with Probellum. What do you want to do, and what sort of angle are we going for?
Whatever they say, I'm happy with. But all my like when Probellum have been saying about these plans, but since they told me this fight was made, I've been thinking, listen, I'm not looking past this. I've not even been thinking about it. I know Ruiz was going to come in. I knew he'd be there for 10 rounds. I've seen him fight the likes of McGregor and whoever. Yeah. Shabazz nearly had him out of there after about 4 or 5. Thought this ain't going the distance. And all of a sudden he started coming into it, and I thought, you know what, he's a tough kid, this guy. Yeah. Fucking 6 months later or whatever it was, the fight was made. And I thought, you know what, he's going to be there, but use my skills, and I'm as fit as they come, so yeah, I'm happy.
Do you find it hard sometimes when you get a guy like, so obviously your bread and butter, obviously you have got that snap in your shot, but your bread and butter is you slick, you can move around the ring, you can almost mess your opponents about a little bit. Is it hard when you do get the odd shot against you not to get involved in that war and get emotional and go, you know what, I'm in my Leeds, you're not gonna I've got to show that, because professionally, obviously, regardless of entertainment, the win's all that matters, isn't it? How hard is it?
That's what I had to remind myself so many times in those last 5 rounds, because there was times I did hold my feet and I started getting caught with the odd shot. But like you say, I need to use my brains over brawn, and someone like Ruiz, he ain't got the skills I've got, but he's got the toughness. Argentinian tough man's come here, to win. Tough man, but like I say, I've got to remind myself. Sometimes I've got to remind myself, listen, better. I could have probably made it easier than I did, but it was a comfortable win, so I'm happy.
when you look at Leeds as a city and we see the events that get put on, and obviously there's pressure on you tonight. You've had the likes of Josh Warrington, I say, is at the back end of his career, and Leeds will be wanting. Oh, not writing Josh off, by the way. Sorry, yeah. Josh. You know what I mean, Josh. You know, a lot of fear. But obviously, when he sort of gets these next couple of fights, 3 fights, whatever he's out of the way, you're the guy they're going to be wanting to get behind. So you're going to have to carry that torch, carry that flag. How much of an honour is it for you to sort of carry that Leeds flag? And you can see today, like even in here, especially when it's your dad's show as well, how passionate they are and wanting to get behind you.
Yeah, for sure. I've always said I'm so blessed to be from this city, but my dad is also well known in the city, and everyone loves my dad, and he's done a lot for the city, whether it's small hall shows, and before Josh took it off big time, he was on these shows. Yeah. I've known Josh since I was a young boy. Before I even started boxing, he was boxing with my brother. He even boxed my brother as a schoolboy. Like, it's mad. But Josh has inspired me. He texts me tonight. He texts me before every big fight, and he just gives me a paragraph of advice, and it's so nice of him to do that. And what he said was sense. I could hear his dad. His dad was commentating ringside, and he was saying stuff, and he was telling him, and I could hear it, and it meant a lot because it was sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm grateful to them, everyone in the city. Like I say, I need to carry the torch now and keep it moving. I'm
going to say I saw Josh put an Instagram post out and said, look, come down and get behind you. Finally, because you're going to have to relax and let some steam off here, so I'll end it on this. You've got a message for, more importantly, your family, friends, everyone who's supported you and got you to this point. It's a long old slog, is boxing, and you don't get nothing for free, so you've got a message for them before we wrap this up?
Thank you for that. Listen, my loyal sponsor, I'm very, very thankful for. Jason Heselden supported me from day dot, Hugh Boyle, Darren Lung, the property buying company, James Bergen. Listen, everyone on my kit, everyone that's ever supported me, thank you. But most of all, my dad, my mum, my partner Greta, my daughter Sienna. Listen, this is all for my family, and listen, I could go on forever, but my nutritionist, David Stash, my S&C coach, David Norris, Patrick McDonough, it's endless, but everyone in Leeds, man, I love you, and many more to come.
Jack, it's been a pleasure, and hopefully this journey gets better and better for you. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Well done tonight, brother.
Appreciate it.